I think people need to realize Markelle was the deserved #1 overall pick. Like, hindsight is hindsight, but Markelle was the best player coming out of college, and it wasn't really much of a conversation. I think he was close to a consensus as you could get for a guard. I mean, he was basically he was better than Kyrie like that year at Washington.
Swipe. Yeah, no, he wasn't.
Well, Kyrie didn't play a whole lot.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
But Kyrie after 11 games was still a consensus #1 pick.
Nah, bro.
Lonzo and De'Aaron were both Lonzo and De'Aaron.
Nah, bro. Markelle was
I was about to say, Swiper, stay right there. So
they were great. No, don't get me wrong. They were great.
Now y'all could disagree with me, but from what I was watching, I thought Markelle. I thought that's fine. I watched a lot of Markelle. I just thought he was slow. I just thought he was slow.
That should have been it right there,
Me and Ox had these conversations.
If he was white, you would say he played with his own pace. Like, now he's slow. He just played with pace. That's what it's called.
That's white boy. If he was white, but he's just slow ass brother. No, I'm telling. Well, okay. Well, he's not white, so I don't know what I would say, right?
So Swipe.
But during the time though, when I'm watching him at UW, I'm just like, bro, this dude, he's good, but I thought he was just a really good college player. I didn't think it was going to be because I thought he was just slow. Like I said, I was like, bro, it's too slow. Like Mark, I for sure thought De'Aaron and Lonzo were both better than Markelle for sure.
I do want to say that this right quick, chill. This draft had 5 5-star draft prospects, blue chip draft prospects, high level draft prospects, and it's literally the 5 guys that went first: De'Aaron Fox at 5, Josh Jackson at 4. Jayson Tatum at 3, Lonzo Ball at 2, and Markelle Fultz at 1. Like, even though Markelle was more of a consensus pick or more favored for the #1 pick, all these other 4 guys, they were all highly touted.
Markelle was a 5-star? I mean, it's the same dude who he was on the JV in 11th grade.
Yeah, he wasn't on the varsity. He was the #1 player in the nation.
So he go from being
on
JV in the 11th grade to being the #1 player in the nation the next year. Because he's on the JV team.
I'm chill. I'm not talking about 5-star coming into college. But Markelle was a 5-star, and all these guys that I mentioned were 5-stars. I'm talking about they were blue chip prospects coming into the NBA. Like Josh Jackson was seen as he was the real deal.
Oh, you talking about Josh Jackson? I thought you were talking about Markelle Fultz.
I'm talking about all of them. Markelle, Josh Jackson.
I know Josh Jackson was the real deal.
And Jayson Tatum. These were all considered, all 5 of these guys were considered sure shots. Like they were considered guys, like if you get one of these guys, you got one.
Josh Jackson was the #1 player overall in I'm looking at the 24/7 Sports basketball ranking. It was Josh, Lonzo, Harry Giles, which when he came in the league, we thought, I mean, a lot of us thought Harry was going to be like a force.
Yeah, Harry.
Markelle Fultz, Frank Jackson was a 5-star. De'Aaron Fox was and then Dennis Smith Jr. Y'all remember Dennis?
Hey, Morris.
Hey.
That's another guy. I was like, yo, there's so many point guards in this draft. I don't think Markelle was one of the best 3.
Can we rewind really quickly? So Swiper,
I was just really low on Markelle. I'm not gonna lie, I was really low on Markelle.
Yeah, clearly.
I just want to rewind when Swiper, when you looked at Markelle Fultz and you looked at the small sample size with Irv, what made you go, Markelle Fultz is better than that dude?
Bruh, I mean, you my dog. See, when I talk, like y'all know, when I talk to certain people, I ask certain people questions because I know like where their brain is. I talked to Ox about a lot of this. I would talk to Ron, but he trolls too much. I talked to Ox about a lot of stuff from our past because I know he was there, and from a Hooper standpoint, he was there with me watching a lot of this stuff. Bro, Markelle, chill. That dude was a boom, like giving people buckets, and then he was driving past everybody. He was banging on people. He was a good shooter in college. He was elite in transition. Honestly, you playing Ox, but he was like a less whatever that tier that Derrick Rose is. He was a tier underneath that, like in terms of his explosion, like getting to the rim. But like Fultz was like he could go, and then on top of that, he had crazy handles too, bro. Like. I'm surprised you didn't love him more, Ox, but I understand.
Swiper, you liking Markelle this much and disliking Paul Pierce that much. It's just crazy. It's just crazy, bro.
Well, Paulie was great at Kansas, so like I just didn't like him in the league as much as Melo.
Another guard in this draft that I thought was Markelle Fultz, better than Markelle Fultz. And I'm sure y'all know where I'm going with this.
I don't.
Malik Monk. I was like,
Malik was this was probably one of the toughest drafts. I'm telling you, Ox asked me last night, why did I choose this draft?
Yeah.
Because it is loaded with just gems all over the place.
Yeah.
Personally, and we're gonna get to Donovan Mitchell too. I didn't even think Donovan Mitchell was an afterthought to me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think Donovan Mitchell was gonna be anything in the league.
But
I'm not gonna lie. I really didn't. I seen him at UCLA, at Louisville. I didn't think he was better than none of these guards that were selected.
But did you think he was better than remember Silva right before that? Was that Louisville?
Yeah,
Siva.
Shout out Siva, another Seattle prospect.
But honestly, I didn't think D Mitch was going to be like nothing crazy either because to your point though, Ron, the class was so loaded at the guard spot that like there was just no way to know that he was coming. But then, like I said, Lonzo was crazy, Fultz was crazy, Fox was crazy. Like I said, Frank was still crazy. He just didn't have the measurables. But bro, like this draft class, I think from an NBA standpoint, I don't want to get lost in the sauce, but like Dennis Smith Jr. and all them, like these were great players. Like,
yo, so Swipe, the misses in this draft, Mars, you know how baseball works. You swing the bat and try to hit the pitch. Some pitches you're not supposed to swing at, but they just look so good that you can't help yourself but swing at it. The pitches in this draft that you had to swing at and that people missed on, it's like, I'm sure that they're like, I don't even care that I missed on this pick. I had to take my shot at it. Lonzo at 2, Josh Jackson at 4, Jonathan Isaac at 6, Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr. at 9.
Did they miss on Dennis? Or
yeah,
I think he was mismatched.
I mean, they got Luke. I think Luka coming through was really kind of the situation with that. I don't know. I mean, Frank was. I mean, Dennis was,
so I guess.
Yeah. And that's why I said never mind, because like Luka only plays on one team. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. We have on the clock right now the Philadelphia 76ers. In the beginning of the process, for the most part.
Yeah.
Fellas, I'm going to go around and I'm going to ask you guys. We're just going to do a majority rules vote on who should be selected number 1 right here. I think it's pretty easy, but let's go ahead and do it.
Bro, don't do it, Swiper.
Mars,
I think that's nasty, bro.
What do you think is nasty?
What's nasty, Swiper?
Look,
just put his name.
Hindsight is 0-0 here, Mars. So I get it. We're all going to I'm putting Tatum 2. Obviously, he's clearly the best player. But Mars, I'm taking
Markelle.
I'm not letting y'all disrespect Markelle Fultz. He was better than Jayson Tatum out of college. Chill. Tell me I'm tripping, Chill.
You're tripping, Swiper.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I've
said it on Twitter before, and I know Ron said we're doing this in hindsight. I don't care. 2017 draft comes around again. I see prospect Markelle Fultz. I see prospect Jayson Tatum. I'm taking prospect Markelle Fultz again.
Even in a redraft, like in hindsight?
I'll live with the results. There's no way whatever happened to him happens again. There's no way.
Never happened.
But Jayson Tatum's still gonna make it. So like,
yeah. Although I do
just like acknowledging how good I think Markelle was as a prospect, because I know you three are gonna pick Jayson Tatum. So there's no consequence to me saying Markelle is who I'm picking, because as far as I know the majority is going to pick Jayson Tatum, but all I'm saying, if all of them are on the board again, I'm taking Markelle.
Man, them boys at Kentucky was something else, man.
Different. So Morris, you got Markelle, Swiper. You got Tatum.
I guess. I feel like you setting up Markelle for no reason though. That's all I'm saying, Ron. I'm saying you setting up Markelle for no reason. Because 15 years from now, it's going to be people like you that are like, oh, Tatum, he very easily should have been the number 1. No, he shouldn't have been, because Markelle was the best player in college. But he
Swiper, I'm with you. But I'm just saying, in a hindsight draft.
No, in hindsight, Jayson Tatum's absolutely the number 1 pick. Like, we saw how their careers panned out. I just don't care.
Markelle might not even be a first-round pick in hindsight.
Bro, Tatum wasn't even considered.
I'll draft to bust again. I don't care. I'll get it wrong twice.
Mars.
What? But look, if we're Go ahead, Swiping. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, don't call me no lie. Tatum wasn't even outright better than Josh Jackson out of college. That's how good Josh was.
Josh was cold. There was a lot of good players. I'm with you on Josh. I thought you were when you said that, I was thinking Justin Jackson. I was like, Swiper, don't do that. But I hear what you're saying. My thing is this though: if we're drafting in hindsight and drafting for fit, right? Drafting for fit and hindsight, don't we think Foxy might have been a better fit with Joel?
I know who isn't a better fit because I listen to y'all dudes all the time tell me TJ McConnell is John Stockton. Just so you know, TJ McConnell was on that crew with Joel Embiid. He was on that crew with Joel Embiid. He was cold too. Just so you know, he was on that crew with Joel Embiid, and he didn't turn into John Stockton. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But
put John Stockton in 2018. He was going to turn into John Stockton. He turned into David Stockton.
Yeah.
So we don't worry.
No. Who you got though, Ox?
I got Jayson Tatum, bro.
All right. Chill. Who you rocking with?
Well, as much as I can't stand Danny Ainge, there's a reason why he asked to move up in the draft. There's a reason why he asked to move down in the draft. Because he saw something that some of us didn't see. And he saw the upside to Jayson Tatum that a lot of us didn't see. I thought Jayson Tatum, I didn't really get to see Jayson Tatum until the summer league. When I watched him in the summer league, and I was like, yo, that dude 20 a night in the league. I could see it. I could see 20 a night from that guy in the league. With that being said, I mean, Markelle Fultz came out looking great. I'm taking Jayson Tatum, #1 overall in the draft. Absolutely.
The correct pick, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm going to follow up. I'm picking Jayson Tatum too. Mm-hmm. Chill. I do want to say this was during this time I was still following high school hoops pretty heavily. Yeah. So I seen all of these guys in high school. Same. And that's part of the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying about all of these guys being blue chip NBA prospects. Mm-hmm. But Jayson Tatum, if somebody told me Jayson Tatum was the best player in this class, and if he would have went #1, I wouldn't have been surprised. Jayson Tatum was like that in high school, and when he got to Duke, he was cooking.
I didn't really watch him that much in college. I watched him in college. I didn't watch him that much in college.
Oh, chill.
I ain't really get to see him as much as I did. When I saw him in the summer league, I was like, yo, I think this dude is 20 a night. I watched him a little bit in college, though. I ain't watching.
Honestly, in Duke, he was the same player, except he still went to the basket. But he was the same player. Triple threat.
Played more in the mid-range.
Yeah, he was. Oh, my God, Jayson Tatum.
Celtics fans are trying to rewrite history, though. They're like, people should have been fired about how Tatum was underrated. Bro, he wasn't underrated. Tatum just wasn't like that his freshman year. What happened was...
I disagree.
Well, he was. That's not true.
He wasn't Markelle, but like
that's
the
what I'm
projection to the NBA level was, I think, quite obvious. In hindsight.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that fit. But I'm just saying that I think people are like for me, this is why I guess I'm protective of this class because I feel like a lot of players got in some bad situations. Yeah. But like if you watch these players at their schools, like. Bro, Josh Jackson at Kansas was he was a great wing.
He looked like his game was going to translate to the pro game, like fast too. Like just from the athleticism alone, Ox, it looked like his game was going to translate. Just watching him just get to the rim and dunk on guys, I was like, oh shit. Yeah.
But I was happy. We're not even talking Lonzo either. Chill. Remember Lonzo at UCLA, bro, going crazy until
here's the thing though. If I'm not mistaken, Lonzo was considered the best point guard in the country at that time. Is that not correct? Like I don't think that
it was still Markelle.
Was Markelle the one?
Yes.
I think Markelle
he was a combo guard.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's where we were at with him. However, with Lonzo, I mean, it was obvious that Lonzo's game was going to translate to the pro game. But to your point, Swiper, Josh Jackson, Jayson Tatum was on his way to work out for the Phoenix Suns, and he got a call from the Celtics, and he was like, "Why are they calling me? What they want? I don't want to work out for the Celtics because he didn't think that he'd be around by the time he'd be around, but he didn't want to work out for the Celtics. But he ended up going there because clearly Danny Ainge saw something that we didn't see at that point, and he was right. He was 100% right.